What is it, Ensign?
Sir, remember I told you I completed the intelligence training program? Well, frankly, I'm a little embarrassed, and the rest of my numbers were very good. But I apparently forgot one of the final tests.
I'm sure you could convince me to forgive one tiny mistake.
Sir, I wouldn't feel right. I neglected to complete the interpersonal subversion examination. I'm supposed to be able to move and talk and act in a way that holds the attention of my target. It's a very delicate examination, as I understand.
I'll have to pass judgment myself, then. Shall we find some privacy?
Certainly, sir. So, what do you think, sir? Have I learned to your satisfaction?
I'd like to do this again, just to make sure.
I'm sure we'll find the time. Just let me know when. Back to the job.
Moment. Hour 36. Subject exhibiting a low-grade fever and elevated N-cell counts. I will proceed to the second formula.
Apologies for that, Agent. Bio-experiment logs wait for no man.
There's not a lot you can do to surprise me.
Well, I told you about Project Protean and their research into alien genetics. I managed to gain access to one of their databanks.
Nothing incriminating there, but I was impressed by their scientific data. I've been adapting it for my own studies into the Rak-Ghoul virus.
If you're running tests on yourself, you must be confident in the results.
Sample assays can only tell one so much. I'm now in my second day incubating the modified virus. If it doesn't break down my cell structure entirely, I should emerge revivified.
You become a stronger, faster man-eater?
More important, the change itself will be less taxing. It's not unpleasant as is, but it leaves me with a tremendous headache. Now, if you'll excuse me, this fever is becoming distressing.
Blasted. You know what today is? Today is the day I've worked with you longer than any of my exes.
What about the Weezer or Anspichel? There must be someone else.
I don't know who you're talking about. As I was saying, I've been with you way too long. Normally at this point I'd skip out and go con someone new. But you've got me so freaking out of practice it's not worth the bother. So I'll make you a deal. I'll stick with you, you keep me comfortable. I can live with this setup.
So I'm stuck dealing with you and your attitude.
Pretty much. Feel lucky? Tell you what, I'll make it easier to live with. I've given up teaching you anything, but we ever get someone new, I'll show them the ancient blood traditions of rat attack, and maybe how to down a Rhodian ale without puking.
Body requires improvement. You will provide a workshop and equipment aboard your ship.
And here I've been admiring your curves.
It's sweet of you to say that. When I protected Mega Security Ward 23, Balsifus Prison served as an extension of my immobile body. Now I must adapt for independent operation. This frame will be upgraded with physical enhancements, along with updated behavioral analysis capabilities and social programming.
Isn't changing your own software risky?
I am designed to iterate on functionality. I find the hunter-prey dynamic that sufficed on Belsavis less useful in a broader galactic environment. I now require social and physical flexibility. You understand?
You're growing as a person.
Yes. My repertoire of effective interactions will increase. My appreciation for your species will not. I will proceed with the upgrades. I only asked as a courtesy.
It is done, Agent. We can scent the pulse of your heart. We can taste particles of solar radiation bead like dew on our lips. We have undergone the chrysalis of tranquility, and we are reborn.
I don't know what that means, but I'm glad you're excited.
The chrysalis is a ritual of the Dawn Herald. It makes us stronger, better able to face the enemies of the nest, and enhances our link to the universe. You've brought us this far. and we will fight alongside you. We have news, Agent. We've been conferring lately with the ambassadors, moffs, speakers for the Sith, all with their own agendas and concerns, none with any love for the Killiks. But we swayed a few, and found ways around others. Now the diplomatic service has agreed to seek a treaty.
An alliance with the Killik colony. It's what you've been wanting.
What we've been working toward together. Some of the nests are still reluctant, Horro and Manam in particular, but all parties involved have agreed to a summit. We'll preside over the negotiations ourselves.
I'm at your disposal. I want this to work.
So do we. Thank you, Agent. Imagine. Colony and Imperial representatives in one room. It shall be interesting.
I've been dissecting the droids and cyborgs we encounter during travel. They've proven adequate base resources to improve my chassis and power supply. Phase 1 of my upgrade is complete.
I assume there's a Phase 2?
Yes. Synthesis. I must recompile my secondary programs to integrate recorded experience into my new iteration. I will learn from everything we've done. Ill-privileged. You're about to witness my personal evolution.
It's kind of you to share the moment with me.
I agree. Thank you for understanding. Upload initiated. Primitive vessel has insufficient power and storage capacity. I cannot complete the process.
Why do you need more power and storage capacity?
Recompiling programs is an intensive process. It requires data storage beyond what my body can supply, and systems capable of processing that data. I will identify a solution. Self-improvement and intelligence upgrades are my primary purpose, and you will not stand in my way.
Yes, Ensign?
Sir, there's something you should know. I've been scanning Chiss frequencies, passing the time, checking low security reports. An old associate left this message where he knew I could find it. It's a hologram that Chiss intercepted from Korriban.
Play the message, please.
I have received the fugitive's location. Even he could not run forever. We must now find the Force sensitive he hid from us. Intelligence need no longer be involved. I will make Cypher 3 pay for his defiance myself.
I'm sorry, sir. If I knew this would be an issue, I would have told you earlier. Cypher 3 is my father. The Force sensitive he's hiding is me.
He's been on the run from the Sith all these years. Impressive.
I was a child. When the Sith made their rounds, my father made sure I was elsewhere. Then he disappeared. The Sith will do worse than kill him. Torture, public display. He can't go through that. Not for me.
If you have a solution, I'm listening.
I can find my father before Lord Darok does. There are coordinates in the message. With your permission, I can give him her quick death.
You want to kill your own father?
I don't want any of this, but there isn't any other choice. I won't be gone long. Besides, if I don't do something, your security could be compromised.
All right, go if you must, but don't make any decisions until you've found your father.
We'll see. Thank you. It's done. I'm back. I found Cypher 3. I found my father. And I executed him, so the Sith couldn't. He said he understood.
I wish there had been a way to spare him.
Don't apologize. He was a criminal, and we did our duty. But he was hunted down and punished for keeping me a secret. Real justice would be turning myself into the Sith.
What's done is done. Martyring yourself won't change it.
No, and I don't want to die. Not on Korriban. I'm grateful for your help. We did the proper thing. I don't suppose you know these people.
Failure and disobedience are one and the same.
My lord, I tried.
In the Sith tongue, both translate as treason. That is the wisdom of the ancients.
Put Watcher 3 down.
The Cypher Agent. You defeated the traitor Jadis and the fools in the SIS. My masters acknowledge your service. But you serve intelligence no longer. By order of the Dark Council, Operations Division is dissolved. Personnel will be reassigned to wartime units or to deserving Sith Lords.
With due respect, Operations is needed now more than ever.
Yes, it is. The war does not go well, whatever the official word. The Ministry of War must have resources, and intelligence fails to do its part. We hear rumors of corruption and treason. Agents wasted chasing conspiracies. A brain-dead keeper. Time to butcher the beast for its meat.
You mentioned that deserving Sith Lords will take over.
Intelligence has given its dregs to Lord Barris and Lord Sangus before. They will make better use of your finest.
Ship secure, my lord. We found the alien outside a cantina.
I was on a break. What's the deal?
Intelligence may overlook her past, but she is an anarchist and an enemy of the Empire. She will be interrogated and judged.
I will kill you. You get that? I will kill you!
I'm sorry, I don't think we have much of a choice.
These people are dead, and when I'm through with them, you and me are gonna finish this! I swear!
The rest of your team can remain intact. As for you, by special request of the Minister of Intelligence, you are being transferred to my brigade on the Corellian front lines. Together, we will drown the Republic in blood.
I'm so sorry, sir.
You will know your assignments. Get moving.
Again message. I warned you what would happen, but you couldn't stay away from Voss. You had to make waves. Kill our special Gormak friend. Now the votes are in, and you see the consequences of drawing their attention. The gift is for you. I can't protect you anymore.
Who'd have thought the Star Cabal was so sentimental? Maybe if intelligence had nurtured our agents more, we'd still be around.
We'll talk to our contacts in the diplomatic service. We'll talk to the Nest. We'll talk to House Thull. We'll find support.
Frankly, it's hard to imagine intelligence being gone.
We may have lost Operations, but we know more about the Star Cabal than anyone. They're scared.
They acknowledge our existence. Believe me, I want them exterminated too, but let's not overstate our position.
I thought you were the optimistic one.
Then we really need to spend more time together.
He shows his bitterness. It will become a tactical vulnerability.
What I'd like to know is, what's your plan now?
Someone wants us on the front lines of Corellia, likely as a trap. I intend to find out why and follow the answer to our enemy.
Onward then, into the maw of the dragon. You have my full support.
Let's hope the Force favors the bold.
How are things with you?
Excellent, sir. I just heard Lord Ullius is conducting another opera, and I'm looking forward to the hollow playback. You know, it's been a while since we discussed it, but I believe you were going to take me out to dinner.
Just say the word. Did you have somewhere in mind?
There's a fantastic Mandalorian restaurant in Car City. I'm half allergic to the dumplings, and I still love it. But anywhere in the galaxy will suffice, if the company is right. And that is the only time I ever went barefoot in the garden. I do like you, sir. I don't want to lose you on some nameless satellite somewhere.
I promise. I don't intend to die anytime soon.
Sometimes intent isn't what matters. I'm sorry, I don't mean to bring us down. It really has been a wonderful evening.
There's still time. We could take a walk. Enjoy our privacy a while.
Take our minds off trouble. You know, I'd like that. But for now, let's stop here. I want to remember this.
Agent, you can bear witness. Dr. Lokin has agreed to hike Cars Falls with us if we visit the Cars City Opera.
Vector's musical tastes are frankly unsophisticated. I'm only trying to help.
Then we have a deal.
Well, that can wait. Right now there's something the three of us must discuss.
I think you've got our attention.
As you are both aware, I've been investigating Project Protean, an off-the-books division of the Imperial Science Bureau.
The people who want you dead.
Precisely. Their research is focused on human-alien genetic splicing. I've studied their files, along with your own physiology, Master Vector, and I've come to a conclusion.
Project Protean arranged your meeting with the Killiks so they could study the joining.
Vector was working for the diplomatic service, not the Science Bureau.
Protean is well funded, perfectly able to trade favors with Vector's old superiors.
That part doesn't surprise us.
For what it's worth, I don't believe it was personal. They wanted a test subject, and you were on Alderaan already.
What do you think of all this?
We think we are who we are, but we prefer not to be someone else's puppet.
Understandable. They have files on the Killiks, ways to hurt joiners or to heal them. They may have altered Vector, or simply observed him.
I consider it our obligation to find Project Protean and end them, for Vector's sake as well as mine.
You've pulled a lot of data on these people. Finish the job.
It will be my pleasure.
If you'll excuse us, we'd like to commune with the Hive.
You don't want my advice, but I'll give it anyway. Vector knows who he is. Give him time to be sure of it.
Agent, we've been speaking to the Nests in preparation for the Killik Imperial Summit. They're so much in tune with their biology. The Colossalok are warriors as large as houses, and they're convinced the Empire should be crushed. But the Saras are weavers and shapers, and they're eager to trade.
I think you were used to Killik quirks by now.
From our nest on Alderaan, yes. But the colony is so much greater. We should return to our preparations. We'll talk later.
To fully process the error I experienced during my upgrade, I require outside power and storage capacity. A cocoon for my metamorphosis, so that I may evolve.
If I help you evolve, will you help me in return?
I promise nothing, but I will consider your requests. Although neither my body nor your vessel is sufficient to my needs, you have encountered an adequate facility. Give me full access to your ship and security codes, and I will upload my consciousness into the Imperial Archives.
You really believe you need to do this?
I have seen a great deal since leaving Mega Security Ward 23. If I can't adapt to what I experience, then it all becomes meaningless. I will begin preparations. The next time we speak, I will be ready to upload.